Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jump Up Supercast, the only podcast on the internet where every single host is going to be cut from the next Smash game. I'm your host, Will. Joining me today, the heartthrob, Brandon.
Yes, that is me, the heartthrob.
The bad boy, Muzamil.
Oh, that's definitely me.
The cute one, Saf.
Oh my.
And the older brother, Noah.
I'm the big bro.
I googled boy band archetypes, and those were the first four I saw. So that's the entirety of my reasoning on that one.
I think you assigned them very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, what does that make you, though? Does that make you, like, the lead singer guy?
The last one is the shy one.
Okay, that's a little weird considering you're the host, but...
Yeah, that one doesn't line up. Don't worry about it. I'm the manager. I'm the creepy 40-year-old manager.
Okay, all right.
Now that lines up.
Now it's coming together.
Uh-huh. Now everything's coming up, Will. How y'all doing this week, boys?
Oh my god! I'm doing
good.
wonderful.
This is
Glad you
a
asked.
week.
I know, we're a day before the Xbox Direct.
Inside Xbox, who's hype?
I'm hype. I know I am.
I can't believe we're recording a day before. What a mistake. Oh, darn.
Yeah, well, come on, we're gonna
Yeah,
get Megatons. We shouldn't make fun of Xbox. They're trying their
No,
best.
I'm actually being genuine when I say
Yeah,
I'm excited.
It's time to be real, right?
Mm-hmm.
We believe in Xbox, but obviously we're alluding to the big piece of news this week. We're just going to get into it because, boy, howdy, we got things to go through. The Nintendo Direct. Nintendo Directs
shit.
everything has
Yeah,
happened.
boy.
Now, I'm just going to... The Nintendo Directs are always rough for news weeks because you're always just going to be prone to finding just like a whole list to go down. So let's just stop me if you have something to say. Sort of like we did with sales.
Fair.
So the Direct was about 30, just over 30 minutes. They told us about 30 minutes. Leads off about 5 minutes, which I think is about the exact correct amount of time to spend on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
A system that Reggie has swore we would see support in 2018. While he get into this Direct, we said, do you just mean Detective Pikachu? And the answer is no. We actually have like 4 new games. Well, new kind of games. We have WarioWare Gold coming out August 3rd, a combination of all of the WarioWare games.
Mm-hmm.
We have Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers coming May 24th on the eShop, which is the 3rd entry in the Dylan's Rolling Western eShop games where you play as a little armadillo.
That looks cool.
Mm-hmm. You have Mario and Luigi's Inside Story plus Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey, which is in 2019.
2019, 3DS getting support up until... I told people before this Direct, I was like, this is clearly the 3DS's last Direct. We are done with this system. No, I was... Christ, Jesus. 2019 game?
What's happening?
It's ridiculous.
And I love Bowser's Inside Story. I'm going to be playing my 3DS in 2019. What's happening?
I love that game too, but I don't know if it's enough for me to rebuy it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's pretty
Tell
good.
me, are you kidding me? The sequel to March of the Minions?
Yeah,
just
everyone's
funny.
favorite
Yeah.
are March of the Minis, Mario and Donkey Kong. Is that what
March
you're
of the
talking
Minis.
about?
I
Seth, what are you on
Minions
about?
one?
All right.
I guess the Bowser thing is Junior thing is like the dumb Bowser's Minions thing from the last game,
Yeah.
right? From the Superstar Saga remake. Yeah.
Yes, where you will be controlling like a weird RTS touchscreen thing.
I mean, I guess at least it's like a recognizable, like, hey, you're playing as Bowser Jr. instead of like, here's Bowser's minions, Goomba and Koopa.
Yeah, you're being a Goomba.
Bowser Jr. or Koopa Kid?
Maybe we'll get a Mario series Bowser Jr. amiibo out of it, like we did with Koopa and Goomba.
Oh, I hope so.
That would actually be nice. That's a E3. That's a Treehouse announcement.
And I love this game. I'm all by it again. You fucking 2019,
Okay.
Christ Jesus. Anyway, go on.
I probably won't.
But then more on that than I thought we would get. Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I love
That was a
trailer
good
is weird,
trailer. I enjoyed it. It was stupid.
The
and it
quick
was
attack
wonderful.
joke. I laughed.
It was very good.
I love that they did it.
You guys are sleeping on this game. It's going to be a good game. I pre-ordered it. I pre-ordered the amiibo. I'm very excited for it.
I love how very clearly they want him to be a grizzled detective, but it's an e-game, so they can't have him like drink or smoke.
Yeah.
Really into coffee.
Yeah.
This is a good cup of Joe right here. And you're like, Pikachu, please stop talking to me about coffee. This is too much. But it's fine. Luigi's Mansion, another just like this direct was just weird as much as it was I enjoyed it, but it was just weird. Like here's Luigi's Mansion remake for 3DS in 2018.
Yeah, that's
Sure, why
I'm
not?
so
You know-
excited.
You know, it's easier to bust out my 3DS to play this game than it is my GameCube, so I'm for it. I get it, like why not Switch? But like I don't know.
The engine already exists on 3DS, right?
They got to get that original idea of Luigi's Mansion in 3D to come to reality finally.
It's true. They were
only-
testing 3D with the GameCube with this game. So
The only game that is not already out in Japan or is using the same engine is WarioWare Gold. The rest of these we can see now that the 3DS, the mode is what can we make with the things we've already made on 3DS, right?
And even WarioWare Gold is a compilation, right? It's like there's
a compilation.
Some new in the game,
I should
but it's
say,
like,
yeah.
It's just
It's like the Mario Party game that's
yeah.
coming out.
Which like
Dogwood
WarioWare Gold, I'm actually I didn't mention it, but I'm really excited for this game actually because like when Rhythm Heaven Megamix was announced, immediately I was like, I want this for WarioWare. And so, like, I'm happy they're doing it. And they're also doing fully voiced, which I don't know what that means. That's kind of weird, but whatever.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Are we gonna get like Wario? Like,
I guess so.
It's me, Wario. Wait, I didn't even know about that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not joking. The characters in this game are going to be voiced.
Wow.
In fact, the press release says they are fully voiced. So what that means to you, I don't know.
I mean, they've always had voices, but they just
But
said,
no,
like,
but those are
one-liners.
noises.
But they're going to say lines. They will have
Because they have the intro and the endings. Wario will be the most verbose Mario brother.
it's
This is weird. Moose, you've messed me up. I'm off center now.
and plus Wario hasn't been seen for quite a while. It's kind of crazy. He took a long break.
He took a long break. And the 3DS is the only system that has all of the things that all the other WarioWare games use, right? It has touch,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
has gyro for the tilting, it has just like regular buttons. It has a camera like that.
Like
the
3DS
Switch
is
doesn't have
actually the
those.
perfect system for this compilation because it literally every gimmick that's been used in a previous game can be put in is on
Besides the
3DS.
Wii remote, yeah.
Yeah, but even then that could kind of be emulated with the stylus, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Sure.
yeah.
But anyway, so that's 3DS section, like we can say clearly more than I thought we would get for this for that 3DS.
I mean, it is all old stuff, but I think it's smart stuff, and none of them to me personally. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but none of them to me personally scream like, "Why isn't this on Switch?" Like, I get why they're on 3DS. Like I'm okay
yeah,
with
like
this.
Luigi's Mansion is the only one where I would like it on Switch, and even then I get it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, Detective Pikachu maybe could be a Switch game, but
sure, yeah.
The thing is that Detective Pikachu's already been out in Japan
Yeah,
for 2 years, right? Like
that's the thing,
yeah,
so it's like,
exactly. So
Like, there's a clear reason for each and every one of these games, so it's like,
Yeah,
it's,
for sure.
it's whatever.
let's see. Then next up, Kirby Star Allies getting free. This is now the Switch portion. They said we're 3DS, we're done. 5
3DS
minutes,
is
we're
done.
moving on. Good job. Next up, Kirby Star Allies getting free DLC updates like 2 weeks after launch on March 28th, which has Rick, Kine, and Koo from the Dreamland 2, Marks from the bad guy Marks from Superstar, and the iconic Gooey, in addition to being able to play as Dedede, Meta Knight, and Bandana Waddle Dee.
it's very cool. And they're planning on doing more, right? They're
Yeah,
gonna
this is
release
actually
more.
just the first content update, and there's gonna be more later. But this excites me more than maybe it should. I don't know. There's something about seeing the Dreamland 2 friends there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm just so happy. Seeing my friend
Kirby is
Rick.
the franchise that has a shocking number of games and they have such a deep number of games that I feel like the nostalgia is surprisingly split, right? Like, people have things that they're attached to from each game, and it's fun to see them all sort of come together here.
And like Marks is crazy. That man is evil. How Kirby? How are you making friends with these people? Kirby.
Well, that's what makes him Kirby.
Kirby can be friends with anyone.
Yeah.
He did it. All right, now I'm just gonna lump in all ports that were announced here in just one big go. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Or all third-party ports, I should say. Okami HD was announced. Little Nightmares Complete Edition was announced. South Park: The Fractured But Whole was announced. And perhaps the biggest one of the third-party announcements, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, as the rumor that we talked about a couple weeks ago implied, is coming to Nintendo Switch.
So, one thing I just want to say is it was very entertaining to hear the word butthole in a Nintendo Direct.
It was.
I was thinking that.
Yeah. No, that's the thing, is that and I want to touch too, the weirdest thing is that Little Nightmares has amiibo support, and the amiibo is Pac-Man, and you get this weird shriveled lemon head.
Yeah.
What is happening?
You get that is such a weird thing. I mean, it is Bandai Namco did.
Yes.
Yeah, they published it. Yeah. But it's baffling. Like what? It's like what?
Like, there were multiple times where I was excited, but I was mostly just like, what?
Yeah,
What's happening?
And like Crash, that's actually, I didn't think about this, but this is the first time 1, 2, and 3 are not on a PlayStation platform, which is kind of crazy.
They definitely in the voiceover they were like, "Can you believe it? I can't." And it's like, well, I mean, the rumor happened, so I can, but I hear where you're coming.
Yeah.
Right.
On the Nintendo end of ports, we have a Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition got a release date, May 18th.
Yay.
Sure, whatever.
Yay!
I care.
I mean, I care, but it's just like, I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it because I love Warriors games. I love Hyrule Warriors, but and I never played Legends. And announced new port, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
boom. I'm very excited for this. New levels from Mario Odyssey. That's exciting.
New Donk City. They show off. They said they'll bring more.
Yeah, more kingdoms. I will buy this again. Also on the 3DS. Somehow that I like.
Yeah. I don't know. That's
weird.
another one. This is another one where I was like, oh, that's a good announcement, and then suddenly I see the 3DS, and I'm like, what? What's happening?
Yeah,
Yeah, with touchscreen controls and fucking 3D, like what the fuck?
Now, perhaps the biggest what, and just like me laughing in the entire direct, was the announcement of the Solaire amiibo for
Love
Dark
that.
Souls.
I fucking love it.
we were
What in the
watching
world?
this together, and literally, like, we were just all screaming, Amiibo, what?
Amiibo for the full trailer was just like, what? What are is it going to be amiibo support? Like Mario will get you something, but no, it's Solaire praising the sun. That's what it is. It just gives you his gesture. That's the only thing it does.
That's
But
it.
boy,
It just,
howdy.
that's all it does. It's so good. I love this. Unfortunately, exclusive to GameStop in North America, and that's annoying. That is frustrating.
That is
but-
very annoying. I was very upset about that. And as soon as that link went live, or as soon as I noticed it, which was not even a half an hour after they posted the link on Amiibo News, you tried to add it to your cart and check out, and it was like, one item was removed from your cart due to availability. So yeah, it's already fucked up. So that's fun. I thought we were out of this. It's 2018.
I thought the dark
But
times
it's
were
also
over.
Dark Souls on a Nintendo console.
Somebody tell GameStop to not be like this.
It's just-
And somebody tell somebody to not make retail exclusive amiibos, please.
I think they underestimated how much
demand for
people,
this thing?
Yeah, people. How many? This will be a lot of people's first amiibo.
I think so too. Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of Dark Souls merchandise, and this is the way to do it. This is the only way
And
right
this
now
is
for a lot of
and
people.
it's such a smart way actually to they really want Nintendo has clearly partnered up with Bamco, right? To be like, we want Dark Souls Remastered to be associated with the Switch, right? I think that's a super smart
Which
thing.
I think is good.
Yeah.
Because I think that it's the Destiny situation, right? Where a lot of the Destiny is at the beginning of this generation, Sony spent a lot of time in their conferences putting Destiny up on the stage, right? That's partially because Destiny was just going to be a big game, but I think that there was value to the platform of PlayStation to say Bungie is on us now. You associate Bungie with Microsoft, they're still coming on Xbox. We want you when you think of Destiny to be able to think of PlayStation, right? And I think that because Nintendo never got Dark Souls for so long, it never got any of these games at all, and this style of game has always been sort of a thing that people consider not associated with Nintendo. I think there's value to them just putting it out there and saying, no, this is on Switch. It is a part of. We are a big boy console just like everybody else, right?
Yeah, even if it is just a last gen remaster, but still, right?
Yeah.
And I was on the fence, but after the amiibo, I'm sold. I'm buying.
You cannot be serious. Really? After the amiibo? Amiibo adds
yeah,
nothing to the
because-
game.
I had to buy it, and now I want it to use the amiibo.
You literally just get a gesture.
I was on the fence though, but now this pushed me.
And you know, like, I mean, this is actually, like, Brandon's case in point, right? This is actually, Nintendo has this unique advantage, right? Where they can incentivize certain multi-platform games with stupid things like this, right? Like, it works. Like, it's so smart. Like, and
I mean, it works among crazy people. Let's be honest.
Sure. No, I know, but like even that little thing, it's like I'm deciding what version I want. Well, this little dumb extra is
Right.
good enough to push me
Sure.
over
Yeah.
the edge.
I mean,
Exactly,
I get it.
and this
yeah.
is from a guy who owns all the consoles, who has
Yeah.
the choice of buying it on any of them, and usually leans towards Xbox just for achievements.
yeah.
And I could have went with Xbox, but no, I want the amiibo, and if I'm getting the amiibo, I might as well get the Switch version.
And so I'm curious if this kind of goes to other games, right? Like, will we see other multi-platform games, but kind of incentivize the Switch version with something like this? You know, I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, that's all I want to say about
Portability it just blows everybody.
that. Yeah,
up
of course,
the ass
yeah.
Anyway.
But
Yeah, I think portability is the bigger sales pitch than a fucking amiibo.
Well, you know what? Fuck you. All right, because I love amiibo.
Listen, it's okay. We all have our neuroses. But next up, we saw a couple of follow-ups to things that were announced. I'm sorry. One other announcement, which is Undertale is coming eventually. But maybe the more exciting thing about this is that Game Maker 2 was announced to now have Switch support. Or that Switch now supports Game Maker 2, which is a lot of indie games, including Spelunky, including FTL, Undertale, are all made in Game Maker 2. So this now means that those ports are much more feasible than they were before.
yes, and that's exciting because there's a lot of good stuff. I mean, Undertale prime example, right? And this is a good get for Nintendo. Like, I mean, when Undertale was first thinking of a console, when they were first thinking of a console version, like, Toby, what's his name? Toby Fox?
Toby Fox.
He said he wanted it on a Nintendo platform, you know? I mean, it's inspired by Earthbound.
It clearly
and everything,
shares
right?
DNA with Earthbound, which is a Nintendo.
Yeah, so it's cool to see it on here, right? I think this is a really cool, and I'll probably buy it again.
I probably will too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
enjoyable
that's surprising. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next up on the list, we can get to some. I'm sorry. We got actual gameplay footage for the first time of Travis Strikes Back, or no more. Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes. Weird. Why put the No More Heroes last? It's fine. But Travis Strikes Again is they show that is in the universe of a video game. It's a top-down perspective. Does not play like the third person. No More Hero style as much, but it does show that there will be bosses. There will be, the special moves like the suplexes and stuff that are in the original game, and that it is 2-player.
Yeah, and so they described it as having like 7 different games, though, right? Basically, right?
Yeah.
There's an action racing game, a puzzle game.
And there's glimpses of like the puzzle game. You can see like you twisting the map to like make a path for yourself forward and stuff like that. So I assume that like while the core way you move around will be the same, what you're doing within each game will be different.
Will be different, sure. And so this is pretty different from regular No More Heroes, right? So this is
It's wicked different. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Incredibly, yeah.
No More Heroes always had like weird mini games.
yeah.
That
But-
seems to be amped up, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I mean,
it's
I don't
weird.
think it's
not what I want.
Well,
For when somebody says there's going to be a No More Heroes game, a new one, like I'd be like, oh my god, like a third one. But like, I'll take what I can get, and it looks, it's got the style, and that's
Yeah.
the most important thing.
I was about to say, it at least still has the style. Like, they've showed the boss designs, and they look just as amazing.
They look really cool, yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
And I think that there's a way for it to be. I mean, it's clearly supposed to be like they're all old style games, so I think it's more in the style of like more simplistic beat 'em up type things, right? But you have to hope that there is enough variety in there, either through the different genres of game or through the combat itself, where there are special moves and stuff that you can still
I
find.
feel so that's been like one of those things where it's like hit and miss with Suda games, where it's like the gameplay isn't as up there as like the style and like the ideas.
Yeah, the
that they have.
gameplay's like
Yeah.
a 7, but the style is a 10,
Yeah,
so you enjoy
always.
it.
Yeah.
And so it
Suda
averages
51.
out to a pretty great product, though, I think, right?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly. I mean, like, I absolutely love Killer 7. like to death. But the game is not that good, like to play. But
Yeah.
I fucking love that game.
The quick thing I noted, I don't know if you guys noticed, but all the games are like 4:3, aspect ratio, and so they have like borders around them.
They
I don't know if you
are.
guys know.
Well,
Yeah.
the UI is
I did
the
notice.
bars are the UI.
And that's the UI. Yeah. I thought that was just an interesting touch.
Yeah, good
what
touch,
they're
and it
doing.
keeps the screen
Yeah.
itself clear, which is smart.
Yeah, it's cool.
Next up, we have Project Octopath Traveler. Oh baby, I'm so in for this game.
Yay.
July 13th.
July 13th, way sooner than I thought. To be
It
honest,
looks so good.
Looks so
Oh.
good.
It's
Two more
gorgeous.
character classes, or two more. I mean, travelers, I suppose, were announced. A merchant who you can then buy goods from NPCs in the world. With Tressa, and I forget the other guy's name,
The
but
apothecary.
Alphen.
Apothecary.
apothecary, but his name is I forget.
Alphen.
Alphen, okay, and he can go and get information from people in the towns. For example, it shows like if you talk to someone and you get information, you get a reduced rate at the end or something like that. And also that you can mix classes together. So that means that you could have like Primrose, who's a dancer. She could also be a merchant, so she'll have access to both the dancer skills and the merchant skills in battle. While on the overmap, she still just has the dancer skill. So that way you can mix and match more with your party of 3 that you have for most of the game.
Yeah, this is again touching into like Bravely Default gameplay, where that game you could also mix and match classes as well.
And so I didn't think about that for this game, and so I don't know why. I was like, oh my god, like this is great, you know. I was super excited to see that.
But I mean, we're glad it's there though, right? Like, I mean, like there's a chance that it didn't, and it's good that it did make it.
Yeah. I was surprised personally, and I was like, oh, this looks fantastic. Like I'm excited for this.
Yeah, that game's gorgeous.
It's just so beautiful.
It's
The
really
game
pretty.
looks so good.
And the special edition,
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I love it. It has a pop-up book that each thing is just a diorama of like the place where you find each of the travelers.
Yes.
And like you can see like the brothel where the dancer works when you start as her, because you play as her in the demo. It's really cool.
I want to play the demo so bad, but I also don't want it on my play history. So
Weird things to. I understand, Brent. No one else will. But
The
I get you.
neuroses, it's fine.
Could they really not have come up with a better name than Octopus Traveler?
It's fine. It's better than fucking
Saf, you were
Bravely
talking about the
Default.
makers of Bravely Default.
Yeah.
A game that's like, look at us, we're really out there being basically the normal thing. Like, what does that mean? Like, yeah, it's fine. I think it's been a name long enough that it's fine.
I think they had planned on changing it, but it was just they took way too long to do that, you know, and so it stuck. Like
Yeah.
I mean, Octopath
can't
Traveler at
imagine-
least fits in.
I can't
does.
imagine calling it something else, you know, because it's like it's Octopath Traveler. That's what it is. Yeah. So
I was praying to call it something.
and it's coming the same day as Captain Toad. Nothing alike, but that's a very exciting day to me personally.
and the Splatoon 2.
And the Splatoon 2
Pro-
amiibo. It's a good day for Switch owners, man. July.
Speaking of, Splatoon 2 was shown off. The version 3.0 was announced. It has
Wait,
tons
can I
of new
interrupt
gear.
you?
Huh?
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes.
Can we just talk about the one announcement before this that you forgot? My good friend Sushi Striker.
Oh, how could I forget Sushi Striker coming to the Switch as well as the 3DS? That
I know
game's
no
theme
one
is
cares about
baller.
this game, but yeah.
No,
that
I care. I really
yeah.
feel bad
I
for
kind of
forgetting.
care. I'm kind of maybe into it depending on how much it costs.
It's going to be a box release, so it'll be up there.
It's a box release. It costs $50 on Switch, $40 on 3DS, is what they've said. We know
When
that
you're
for sure.
fighting for the freedom of eating sushi, I think
Yeah.
this is a game that matters.
I get
It's
it.
so great. The
be
Sushi
fair,
Liberation Front. Oh man.
I'm a person who bought the Mario Puzzle and Dragons game when it launched, and I put like a lot of time into it. I think this is a type of game that if it's good, then like I actually will probably play a whole lot while I'm just like casually waiting or like on a road trip, you know, just to pass the time. It looks good. And I'm happy that it's on Switch, so I don't have to bring my 3DS.
Yeah,
around.
because I was like, when they announced it at E3, it was like, okay, cool, but like, I'm not gonna bust out my 3DS for this game. You know, it's like, eh. So now it's on Switch. I'm like, yeah. But also, is it handheld only? Because that would be the first time Nintendo's published a game like that.
We don't know. They have not clarified. It looks like you could potentially just navigate with the analog stick pointing and pressing A, but I'm not sure. Or it may be using pointing controls. Like Captain Toad, for example, uses pointer controls for where you would do the touchscreen on the Wii U gamepad originally. So who knows?
And there's online play. That's weird.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's
That's
weird that
rad.
Kirby does not have online, but
Sushi
Striker does.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, Splatoon 2, though, to go back to really fast, 100 new pieces of gear, 3 new stages, a new rank is added, rank X, which is above rank S+, and Callie will appear in Octo Canyon if certain conditions are met. We don't know what those conditions are. Maybe it's getting rank X. If so, I'll never meet her ever again.
Same.
I really hope that's not the requirement. That would be very sad.
And then, really quick before we get to the big meaty thing of Splatoon 2, and the real big meaty thing of this Direct, the game that they announced, when they announced the Direct, they said 3DS and Switch games with a focus on Mario Tennis Aces. And we got to see about 5 minutes of Mario Tennis Aces, just them explaining in a really eloquent way, actually. I'm really going to give credit there. Explaining the mechanics, how the different shots come into play, and how they build on top of each other. The big new mechanic of this game is that you can aim your shots, or you have a meter that builds up over time. You can build it faster by doing a thing called trick shots. You can use that meter either to make time run slow whenever you're going to return a shot, if maybe you won't be able to get it, otherwise you can more easily recover, or you can use it to charge a slam that could potentially, if your opponent does not block it properly, break their racket and end their match entirely, which is pretty crazy.
I've seen people making jokes like Mario Tennis Aces for Evo, because like the systems are like
there's a lot going on. And another just weird thing, the continual theme of the weirdness of this Direct, Chain Chomp is a playable character. He holds the tennis racket in his teeth.
Yes,
I love it.
Naturally.
I love this so much.
If he can pursue his dream, so can you.
Want to see a chain chop do a trick shot? Well, now's your chance.
Yeah, what is his trick shot going to be? He doesn't have any limbs to be tricky with. He just has a chain.
Flipping the fuck out.
Oh my gosh, this will be good. Or he might do he can probably do that to the
Just
charge.
probably
that he does.
spins or something.
Could we ever play as a chain chomp ever? Like not
No, this
counting
is the first
possessing
ever
one in
playable.
Odyssey?
No. The first match we're all gonna have online is everybody's a chain chomp.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think this is the first game where you can play as a Chain Chomp, though.
Right? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of crazy and
I think
hilarious.
the only thing missing from the chain chomp is like a visor or something to make it look like it's.
I want Bowser wearing sneakers. That's my one desire. He's just wearing regular shoes, and he's not wearing shoes, and it upsets me. It's bad attire, Bowser. But then the two big things of this Direct, in a super cool trailer, I really love it. Octo expansion was announced for Splatoon 2.
What a trailer!
What a trailer! Listen to that music in that trailer. It's baller. It's incredible. Also, Biggie Pearl and Tupac Marina are in that trailer.
It's amazing.
What is happening? What is happening? It was the day before Biggie's birthday.
They're
They're thugging
Will
it,
and I
man.
are now Tupac and Biggie Pearl.
On Discord. We are staying in solidarity. But in terms of actual content, we're getting an additional campaign, 80 levels, or 80 test chambers, really is how they described it. And the Octolings being playable in multiplayer once you complete it.
Hey, yeah, boy.
It
It is paid
It's a-
DLC though, right? It's
It's
$20.
$20,
Paid, yeah.
but it's a new campaign, so I think that's fair, to be honest.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I think so.
A thing that I really love about this, before we get to the big boy, the thing I'm sure that most people know about, is that Splatoon 2's campaign was kind of disappointing to me, not in the gameplay aspect, but just in the fact that like Splatoon 2 clearly has a very interesting world that they think about.
Yeah.
But it did not explore it. It was very much like, here's still spoilers, I guess. Here's still DJ Octavio. Here's still There was not a lot there that I was like, oh, I get it now, right? Where, like,
outside of the stuff with Callie and Marie, it was like limited to the scrolls, right? The hidden collectible stuff where you could read the lore in that, but like it wasn't part of the actual story, right?
where like there's a whole seedy underbelly to this campaign. It takes place in, like, a thing that someone noticed in a chat that I was in. There's the shot in the trailer of the Octoling on like a on the subway, and there's a bunch of people waiting around, like just sitting on the subway, or like fish creatures. They're all creatures that live beneath where sunlight reaches down.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Yeah. Just really neat stuff like that where you know they're thinking about it. You know that's not by accident, and they're willing to show it off and flaunt it a little bit, you know?
So one thing I'm really excited for that I don't think this is just a dumb nerdy thing for me, but hearing the final boss music with Pearl and Marina, it will be very exciting to me. I'm very much looking forward
correct.
to that. Because the final boss theme in Splatoon is very good. So I'm excited for the Pearl and Marina equivalent. And also, they said it was the first piece of paid DLC, so implying there will be more after this, more expansions.
So exciting, man. This game has just so much in it.
Oh, yeah.
The thing that is exciting about Splatoon 2 is the thing that will also be exciting about the game we're about to talk about. How many times can I just mention it without saying its name? Which is that the Switch is getting a lot of its biggest, of Nintendo's biggest franchises early enough on in the console's lifespan that these games can be just keep going for years, right? Like,
Yeah.
which is exciting. Which I guess we should now say that leads us into they played with our hearts. They did the final. They said that's all it is for today. Koizumi said with a little sly glint in his eye, and the squid researcher looks over at him and says, "Huh?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. We do have one thing." Snap. Cut to the trailer for Splatoon 1, essentially. It's almost shot for shot that. The Inkling boy and the Inkling girl flopping around in ink, shooting at each other, having a good time, but it looks a little bit better than you remember Splatoon 1's trailer looking. The CG is a little too good. Almost, it reminds me of another series of Nintendo games that have really good CG. And then it turns dark, and you hear a heartbeat.
The most menacing shit.
The Inkling looks up to the sky, and there's just a blazing sun, but the sun comes into focus in the reflection of its wobbling eyeball, fearful of what is about to happen. And that sun is, in fact, the Smash logo.
Can I just say before like when they ended that Splatoon thing, or before they started the Splatoon announcement, you know the highlight reel they had, where it's like, this is the next piece of news? It ended with Splatoon.
No, it was, there was not another one. They full-on pranked us.
It was exact 30
were
minutes,
fully...
and I decided to make the snarky comment, because I'm a dick. I was like, oh, I'm glad that there was a Smash announcement. And then there's a Smash announcement. I was like, what the fuck?
Don't you look like a fool?
Yeah, it would have been rough. And then we see, just like shrouded in darkness, just the flames behind him, the embers giving you the silhouette of Mario.
It was so fucking cool, man.
It was really good.
And then it cuts to Link, and what do we see but these big old sideburns flopping off the side of his head?
Yes!
Oh my gosh,
So
it's
we got
Breath of the Wild
Link.
Yeah, that's exciting. So exciting. Oh, man.
And then just Super Smash Brothers. Not Super Smash Brothers for Switch, not Super Smash Brothers Feud, no subtitle, just Super Smash Brothers for Switch.
Well, they said it's a working title.
Working title. Yeah. Sakurai is working on this. 2018's on the thing. What's happening?
Yes.
That was the biggest shock, that it was like 2018.
Yeah, it was all so good, and I had a chub, but when I saw that 2018, full on rage.
They've really gone better in regards to like announcing shit that are only like a few months away from being released.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? We're getting a Super Smash Brothers game that was announced, and it's releasing the same year. That's literally never happened. It's crazy.
I think Melee might have happened, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know, but those were a different time.
Yeah. Well, ever since the days of Brawl, it's been a little crazy.
So yeah, like that's the thing, is that like reveal to release, this is the shortest it's ever been. and that has to do with what is now sort of the dominant conversation on the internet, perhaps annoyingly so, which is this going to be a new Smash, or is it going to be a port of Smash 4, right? Because we've had rumors saying both, and I want to get your guys' thoughts. Like, what do you think this game is?
I mean,
I think it's going to be Splatoonified in the sense that it's going to have the same exact engine as Smash 4 or Wii U.
Yeah.
It's going to be tweaked and so like smooths out the gameplay and like it feels a little bit fresher.
Maybe
and
pretty up
just
the graphics.
reuse
right?
all the old assets like the models, the music, the sound effects, the animations. All that's going to be taken from Wii U for the Wii U version and reused. And then they're going to add a lot of content like character stages, maybe a few modes here and there, and they're going to label it as the next Smash Brothers in the series. That's my take on it.
So here's the answer, internet. It's both. Shut the fuck up. This is a dumb conversation.
No, it's not both. That's not an answer.
No. I mean, but it's a new game. It's a new game, but it's like it's clearly based off of the previous iteration, right? Like it will be based off of Super Smash Bros.
Do we consider Assassin's Creed Brotherhood a port of Assassin's Creed 2?
No, we don't, and that's the thing.
That's the thing. It's a brand new game.
Sense.
It is 100% a brand new game.
Yes.
But
It's just not built from scratch.
The reason people want it to be a port, I guess, is because they don't want it to be built from scratch. But the answer is it's not, right? The only people who are saying it's a port are people who are concern trolling, like, oh, all the Switch has is ports. Why do you care about the Switch? It's like, no, there's a new game. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, it is a new game.
That's how I feel about that.
And I don't understand why, like, Smash Brothers is getting this weird, like, treatment from everybody online. Even though this has been my favorite conversation for the last 24 hours, because I don't want to argue with you.
So we're part of the people to blame. We're complicit.
But I don't get why for Smash in particular. This is the only time I feel like I've ever seen this. People are so passionate about it, which I understand because it's Smash. But like, a game that just basically uses the same assets and same game engine and everything. It's not built from the ground up, but it adds tons of new content. Is considered a sequel.
Yeah.
And like I pointed out earlier, like a game like Madden is. Nobody says Madden's a port, right? But that's used the same fucking game engine every year for like years and years and years. And they just had game modes and new players and new textures and stuff. And like even I said, and I feel like this was a good example, was Left 4 Dead 2.
Yeah, it's a perfect example.
Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2, all it did was it used the same game engine, but they added new maps, new characters, new enemies.
But Left 4 Dead 2, when it came out, got the critique of it's just an expansion to 1, right? Like this has been a conversation on the internet that I personally find frustrating, right? Like,
and that's the thing, though. You find it frustrating exactly because it's dumb. Because it's not an expand. You can
very dumb.
You can be all like the thing is, it's all people being pedants, right? It's like, sure, it is based off of the previous game. It's using the same framework, same engine. You're like, oh, it's basically an expansion. Maybe it is basically an expansion, but it's a fucking sequel. It is what it is. I don't know.
Like, to have a more recent example as well, as like Splatoon 2, like some reviewers genuinely put that down as a criticism of the game.
I mean, people like to say that, right? Like Splatoon 2 is basically an expansion to the first game, but like, I don't know.
So if we don't think it's a new game, or if we don't think it's a port, if we think it's a new game, what do you think? How much do you think will be new in terms of content?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is like the development time is gonna add up to just about the same time as Smash Brothers for Wii U and 3DS, but they have the advantage of it being on the previous engine, right? They're not making two versions of the game this time, right? It's just focused on one.
Yeah, they have a full team working on it instead of a split one.
Yeah, and so you add all this together, and you kind of have to figure this thing is gonna have a lot of new content, right? Like you just have to assume that, right?
Yeah.
If you all had to get one dream character into Smash, what would it be?
Waluigi.
Elma.
Elmo?
Elma?
Elma from Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Oh, Elmo.
Elmo.
I was
My favorite
concerned.
character, Elmo.
I was concerned. I was like, excuse me.
Elmo from
Sesame Street.
Oh, shit,
Sesame
it's Elmo's
Street.
World.
Yeah, Elmo's World as a stage, please.
I just think Sesame Street has really earned its place in Smash Brothers, man. I mean, Ridley is my actual answer. Give me Ridley.
For me, it's gonna be Chibi Robo.
Hell yeah.
Paper Mario.
That's a good one. I've been thinking about that a lot recently.
Get him in there, boys.
Interesting.
Get him in there. I've been thinking about it a lot recently, Will. So
I mean, my real dream is Rock Hawk, but that's actually a negative 5%.
That'd be amazing.
Actually, can I change my answer? I want Captain Toad. No one,
Captain
you know,
Toad. But he can't
not
jump.
happening.
He can't
Captain
jump.
Toad, but no
He
jumping.
can't jump. He can't
Will?
jump. But my
Your
heart wants
question
him
was your dream character.
Yeah. Who? If Chain Chomp can be a tennis star, Captain Toad can jump. Okay.
I told you it's Paper Mario. Rock Hawk is another one. Rock
Front and
Hawk,
center on the new box art of Smash Brothers.
he will be it.
Live the dream.
The just comment up from Curran Lagan will be in Smash. Please be excited. No, so yeah, so I think that's the thing. I think we got it. We made roster bets privately. There are stakes. There are money stakes for some fools in this podcast.
We
It's
have a
Moose.
problem.
It's just Moose.
No, Brandon too.
Oh, Brandon is. Well, Brandon's fine. But it's just your.
Oh, okay.
wait, what?
Don't worry about it. But do we want to put stakes on the podcast right now for the podcast for whoever wins these roster bets?
Like, what are the stakes?
Lay it out, William.
That's what I'm asking about.
Oh, you're asking us? Oh, well.
I have no shame and I don't give a fuck.
The
so
winner is
keep the
referred
boy.
to as his honorable.
No, I don't want that. The loser, the last
The
place
losers.
person.
The losers.
Okay, you know what? All 4 losers
All 4 losers.
will stream the game of the winner's choice but before it, we'll write an essay of why their least favorite character ever, you must be honest, is a perfect fit for Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, and you must create a move set as well.
Yeah,
hate essays.
So please be excited.
You must act like you are Sakurai, staring through to the core of what is beautiful about that character you hate.
And look, we all know each other's tastes. We will keep each other honest, okay? All right.
I don't hate anything. all right?
No, you hate things, Brandon.
Good luck with that.
We'll figure something out, all right?
But so that's I like that. We will verbally say the rosters on next week's show, but because the Smash Direct was just so big and beefy, we are going to have to cut the game this week. Muzamil's game will be prepared next
Womp
week.
womp.
Please be excited. So I think that takes us straight into
The list?
the list.
The list.
The list.
The last.
The list. Well, whose turn is it?
Rando, I have bad news. It's you.
Some would say it's Beyonce's turn.
How dare you? You cannot make the Beyonce of the group a canon thing.
Oh, okay. Some would say it's Justin Timberlake's turn.
Okay, Brandon, it's your turn. Let's
Brandon's
go.
turn.
it's
It's
my
Brandon's turn.
All right. So it's my turn. And today, while we're recording this, it is March 9th.
Yes, it is.
It is Mario Day Eve.
Eve.
Unless you're in Europe, where it's Mario Day already.
Yeah.
Well, for some of these people, it might be Mario Day already.
it's
so that's
Mario Day in
even better.
Japan.
We'll be past
And-
Mario Day.
We love Mario. Everybody loves Mario.
We
And if
all
you don't
love
love
Mario.
Mario, you can get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
Okay,
It goes half
fine.
our
I
viewers.
respect your opinion, but go fuck yourself. And because it's Mario Day, we have to put a Mario game on the list. And what better Mario game to start with than Super Mario Brothers?
Oh, I thought you were going to say world. Okay.
Interesting.
No,
I was excited for Mario teaches typing.
Yeah.
the original, the one that started it all, Super Mario Brothers.
All right. Let's go for it, Brandon.
Yes.
So this is gonna be a tough one, right? Because like we all love Mario Brothers. We've all played Super Mario Brothers,
Yes.
and we all know it's not the best Super Mario Brothers game.
No.
Some would say not top
But it's
10.
so iconic.
It
Yes.
totally is. Yeah.
This is really a question of how much we
Actually,
value Legacy.
wait. I actually don't think there is a better achievement than saving the video game industry.
Right.
But that
right.
game, that game has been surpassed 100 times over, I would say.
I mean, heck,
has.
just in that same console generation, you had Super Mario Brothers 3, right? Like,
And to be honest,
Right.
I like two more
it's
than I
been
like one.
surpassed. There's no doubt in terms of gameplay, the game has been surpassed.
yeah.
But the game single-handedly saved video games.
This is a good barometer because for a lot of the list we've alluded to, how do you factor in Legacy and what it did in addition to the game? And we will now get to see how each of us.
You will not
factor in.
get a better legacy than this.
Exactly. And I've been thinking about bringing. This morning I did not have my game picked out, and I was at work thinking about this instead of thinking about work.
Naturally.
And
plan.
I thought about it, and I said, I'm gonna. You know what? It's almost Mario Day. I'm putting a Mario game, and then I was like, it has to be Super Mario Brothers. This will test us. This is a very good. Just a good game to add to the list, I think.
I'm excited. All right. So,
Oh boy, I feel there's a heated argument coming along.
so what are you feeling, Brandon?
What I'm feeling, and I guess I'll explain how I feel about Super Mario Brothers in a little bit. I'll just shoot it right off the top here. I'm feeling number 4, right underneath Ocarina of Time.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Do you? I'm going to get yelled at.
Okay. I'm excited.
I want it at number 8. I want it below Shovel Knight.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Oof.
Right.
That's,
Okay.
So here's the thing. I think, okay, we're saying it's been surpassed, blah, blah, blah. I think it's still a perfectly very good game to this day. Okay? I think it controls amazingly still. It's a classic, you know? And in terms of...
It's iconic.
It's iconic. It's iconic. It
It's
is
iconic, but it's go back and play that game, and you are not gonna have a good
It's
time.
still,
you're not gonna
it's
have
still
a good
very
time.
good.
No, I have
Yes,
a
I
good
will.
time every time I boot up that game. I have a fantastic
Yeah.
time.
You give that game to
I
anybody.
beat that game last year.
I played that game
Some of those
every
later
year.
levels are stupid. They're bad. They're bad levels.
No.
No, they're not. They're really.
You give...
It's like
The one where it's just Hammer Bros. Bad level.
Hold on, I have a take here. Okay, I
Every
personally
Lakitu
think.
level's a bad level.
Okay, I'll give you that. The Lakitu levels suck. Okay, but I still think Super Mario Brothers is a better 2D platformer than 90% of the stuff out there. Still, to this day.
Yeah.
Mario
Mario Brothers, if it was released today, would be a middling indie game.
almost every 2D platformer that was not made by Nintendo, I think this is better than almost all of them. I'm throwing that out there.
No
I
no
agree.
way, no way.
Yeah, no, I agree with Muzzy.
So I think I agree, and I agree with Brandon that it should be at number 4 because Ocarina of Time also has that legacy, but it also plays better. I think it's aged a little bit better. I think it's aged better than Super Mario Brothers.
Ocarina of Time's aged a lot better.
So that's why I think it should be just above. I think that's why it should be just below Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can... Yes, I agree. 100%. I agree with Muzzy. And I don't always agree with Muzzy, but right now I'm everything he's saying. He's taking the words out of my mouth.
Okay, glad to know your opinion on this.
Well, no, because Super Mario Brothers. Like, I just can't say enough. Like, there's not that many games that are better than it. 2D platformers.
There are
other than-
plenty.
There are plenty.
Come on.
Other than games,
There are plenty.
games that Nintendo has made, they've
No.
outdone themselves.
Even indie games and other platformers have surpassed Mario, the original Super
See,
Mario.
I want to
Bros.
say something, but I don't want to go so far as I lose Brandon.
No, say it. Say it.
I think personally, outside of Sonic 2 and 3, I mean, like maybe even 3, I think this is better than most of the Sonic games. Even Super Mario Bros.
No.
I would go as far as saying that
The jump is not good in Mario Bros.
it is totally good.
It is so good.
It controls perfectly. Like it's not.
Moose?
You give Super Mario Brothers to anybody who has barely played a video game.
Yes.
And they are going to fucking
They're not
love
going
it.
to love it.
They will love it.
Yes.
And
Not in
1-1
2018. Not in 2018.
level.
It's like the perfect game to give to somebody who has not played a game before.
Level
Mario
1-1
is an incredible
is-
thing because of what it did for.
No, but not even just what it did. Level 1-1 is the perfect tutorial. It teaches you the mechanics of that game perfectly.
People have written theses.
Listen, this game didn't fucking save the industry on mistake.
It did not
all
save
right?
the
It
industry
wasn't a
on
fluke.
mistake, but it's also been surpassed by every other game. By like
Yeah,
as
but it
experience.
wasn't a fucking fluke. It didn't save the industry on a fluke.
I'm not
this
saying
game is so
what
good.
I'm saying
and
is
it
that it's-
deserves the praise.
Just because it wrote the basics of game design 101. The problem is that we're past 101. The problem is that we've moved past it.
But that doesn't take away from how good it is.
Donkey Kong
And you're
Country
gonna
2
tell me-
Diddy's Conquest is a better platformer than than Super Mario Brothers 1.
I agree. Donkey Kong Country 2 is better, but
You know what? I agree too. But Legacy.
but then here's the thing. We're talking about balance, right? We're balancing how good it is versus the legacy. The legacy is at 1,000, right? But the gameplay
Yes.
is still very good enough to carry for me to feel comfortable putting it above.
Practically flawless.
Well, no. Here's the thing. But the gameplay
No.
is good enough where
I mean, you guys value the Legacy so much.
I'm just telling you about how I appreciate the gameplay.
No, the gameplay is
The
absolutely
gameplay,
good.
it's been outdone in the gameplay department by far.
Just the way that Mario speeds up is
It's
weird.
perfect.
It's not.
It's perfect.
He goes from 0 to 60 really fast. The weird like cap on it. The power meter in 3 is so good, right? Like that's the thing, right? Is that like I get
Well, yeah. I mean, of course they perfected it.
Yeah, no, the thing is, like, everything about that game is very, very purposeful. Like, the jump sound effects is very, very purposeful, designed that way. The music is very, very purposeful. The levels themselves, they are designed in a way that it teaches you without actually using any form of text. Like, this game is
Yes.
flawless in its design.
It's
And
not
people have
flawless.
a lot of...
It's
not.
Zap, I love you right now.
It really does have masterful game design. It really does. Okay, and
It does.
and specifically the way it teaches you, like for example, later on in the game, right? There's blocks where there's spaces in between them, right? Or I mean, there's like stacks of blocks. But it teaches you how to do that in earlier levels, without the obstacles.
you're describing the
necessarily.
basics of video games.
But
You're
okay, but
describing-
It wrote the basics
It
of
wrote
video
the
games.
basics.
though.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is why
and
is
it's okay, but and you say I'm describing the basics, but so many 2D platformers or so many games in general still fail at those
no,
basics.
they don't. Most games do
Yeah,
that.
those are the
Most
bad
games do
games.
that.
No, most games nowadays will tell you will describe to you in excruciating detail of how you should do something. This game is the perfect example of show and not telling. You know.
Yes.
Which many games still fail at. Many
That's
games
true.
still fail at that. That
Here's
thing
the
that you're
thing.
calling basic. You know.
No, I'm gonna say that's because the game itself is very basic. That's the thing. Games that are harder, so it's harder to explain. That's fair.
Right, but basic could still mean incredible, like gameplay wise.
But it's not.
Tetris is so basic.
But Tetris,
But how fucking fun is Tetris to play?
it's incredibly fun to play.
Yeah.
But Mario
exactly.
isn't.
You can't
That's
take away
the
from
thing.
Mario for being a basic game.
The thing is that Mario, though, has aged worse than Tetris has. Mario Super, I played it last year. I can promise you, this is not me talking from a hypothetical situation. I made it to World 4, and I was like, okay, all right. World 1 was fun. World 2 was fun. And then they get weird. Like you say it's simple, but the cheap level it's dumb. It doesn't make sense. Why is the cheap level what it is? They just appear out of nowhere, right? There's no pattern.
they're
There's no
jumping out of
repetition.
the water.
I don't mean that. I mean from a gameplay design. Where's the pattern they're teaching you there? Where's the pattern they're teaching you with Legacies, right? Where's the pattern they're teaching you with the Hammer Brothers? Where's the pattern that's all those things, right? The core of that game is incredibly good, and they improved upon it. But they did get weird and flex on. They flex too much in some situations that do hurt that game, right? It's not Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels that game, but like it you could see it there, right?
Barely.
The Mario
No,
Brothers:
not
Lost
barely.
Levels.
I think your point is, I don't know. I mean, me and you are I gotta say, we gotta agree to disagree on this, Will, because I'm just not seeing it. Dude.
Sure. I mean, that's fair, but what I'm saying is that, like, the game is obviously super important. Things are happening that are insane, right? And that's why I put it above a lot of games I like a lot. Even when I put it at number 8, I'm willing to put it higher. But like, I think it should be said that the idea that it is that it has not aged is false.
Okay, so we know where I stand, where Muzzy stands, where Will stands. We haven't heard from Noah or from Saf. We've heard from them, but not where they think it should go on the list.
Do you think Super Mario Bros. Is better than Super Mario 3D Land?
Yes.
Yes.
You think it's better than Shovel Knight Treasure Trove?
Yes.
This is where it gets a little tougher for me.
Like gameplay wise.
Yeah,
like, I think they're really close.
No, what's your placement?
Yeah, I think because like Shovel Knight for me is more of a like not necessarily the base gameplay, which is still pretty good, but like more like just how good the aesthetic is and the music, and it's very much that. And I don't. So yeah, I think I put Super Mario Brothers above Shovel Knight. I think I would.
It's like I'm trying to think of a good like analogy here.
Right? I mean, like, Citizen Kane is a movie. Like, the thing is that, like, if you go back to Citizen Kane, because people are like, what's the Citizen Kane of movies? And that's, I mean, video games. And that's a dumb thing. But, like, the thing that Citizen Kane did is that it's weird looking at it, right? Because Citizen Kane as a movie now is just sort of a movie. Like, it's a well-made movie, but it's a movie, right?
It revolutionized storytelling in
but
cinema.
also I would say, like, and so for some people that puts it at number 1, right? I get that. I get the things where it's the greatest movie of all time because of what that did. But I think that also most movies the incredible movies that have come since have surpassed Citizen Kane, right? And I think that, like, that's part of it too, is that, like, while the jump is bigger to make when you're there earlier, right? Like when you are forming an industry, when you're forming a medium, it's obviously super important. But sometimes, like, making I would say making Breath of the Wild be what it is harder than making Mario Bros. In some ways, right? Because there's so much that you have to incorporate and build off of what people expect. But with Mario Bros., I mean, it was taking, like, the levels were clearly based on the idea of an arcade level, right? Like, that's the idea. But, like, putting them back to back and making them differentiate, like, that's the thing. That's the big innovation of Mario, is progression. And so I get that, but what I'm saying is that in the same way that there are movies that are better than Citizen Kane, there are movies that are better than Mario. And I don't think it's just Nintendo platformers. I think it's a fair number.
Okay, well, I want to hear, Noah, where do you want to place it? I need a number here.
I really don't think it should be near the top.
Okay.
Because again, it's been.
I'm willing to do number 6, really fast.
No, I'm willing to the low. Phoenix Wright. It's better than Phoenix Wright. Come on.
Yeah, that's my sticking point. I wouldn't.
It's better
I
than
can't.
Donkey Kong Country 2 and Shovel Knight.
I see the thing is Donkey Kong Country 2. Like, I might be able to shift on that.
Okay.
I can't put it
Wright
above Donkey
better
Kong
than
Country.
Phoenix.
Right,
I'm struggling to put it above Shovel Knight as well.
Right.
It's better than Shovel.
Right.
No,
So Noah's
don't.
struggling to make a placement. I was gonna wait on
Okay.
him to see what.
Noah, I need a number.
Well, what is Seth? What is S?
Yeah. So what I was gonna do, I was gonna agree with Will and put it at number 8, simply
What?
because, as much as I love the Legacy and as much as I love seeing how flawless it is, the true testament to it is the games that come after it, like the advancements other games have made. Because the other games don't have those types of limitations.
I get it.
You cannot put Dragon Ball Fighters, and I'm sorry, above fucking Mario Bros.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters.
You can drag me to the fucking grave.
Ball Fighters
So
has
if
made great steps towards
Saf and
making it more
Noah,
accessible.
I'm willing to settle for number 5. I'm willing to settle for number 5, but I will not put Dragon Ball fucking Fighters. As much as I love Dragon Ball Z, I will die with fucking Dragon Ball Z on my coffin probably, but I will not put fucking that game above Mario Brothers.
Like Dragon Ball.
The Super Mario Brothers, that we wouldn't even have a list right now if that game didn't fucking come out.
Mario Brothers is a great game, but other games have made far greater advancements.
But Dragon Ball Fighters!
Dragon Ball Fighters isn't even the best fighting game. It isn't even one of the top 5, top 10 fighting games. It's I'm not saying.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, I'm going from the list from the bottom to the top, and I'm trying to see which games it's better than. And, like, when I reach the Super Mario 3D Land and Shovel Knight, that's where it starts to struggle. Because those are much better platformers and games in general.
But the fucking Legacy, fuck me sideways.
And like Dragon Ball Fighters, okay, like let's be honest, there's a lot of glaring flaws in that game.
At number 6 for a reason. It's not our fault that you have a contradiction.
It's a good game, but it's not.
It's a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but here's the thing, guys. Like Dragon Ball Fighters has so many terrible issues, right? The terrible loading, the terrible online system.
So why'd you put it at number 6 then?
And the gameplay is solid
because it's still a good game.
From 10 to 1, they're all good games.
It saved the industry.
So
Dragon Ball Fighters is mostly style, though. That is why we put it so high. If it wasn't so stylish, we would not put Dragon Ball Fighters that high.
Noah, where are you at? Because I'm willing to meet Saf at 8.
I'll put it below Donkey Kong Country if I have to.
Same.
Number 6.
I'm willing to meet it at number 6.
That's the absolute lowest I go.
Same. I will not go lower than number 6.
All right. So I guess we're gonna have.
I feel like if I put it above Super Mario 3D, I'll make myself a hypocrite.
Why?
Because I've always constantly been against the argument that Legacy or what the game has done shouldn't be everything. And that's the only thing that's pulling it above those right now.
Wow.
Like, I'm saying that it's a better game than Mario 3D.
But for this game, this is the game that introduces this concept to the next level. You have to at least put this into consideration.
That's what's making me consider to put it above 8 or 7.
I'm willing to put it above Fighters.
Will,
you're willing to put it above Fighters?
Conviction.
I'm willing to put it above Fighters. I think that I wanted to
we'll settle for all right. We'll put it above Fighters. We'll put it at number 6.
Okay, we have a compromise.
Fucking flex.
I was about to. Me and Brandon were about to walk off and make our own podcast. You know,
they were about to make their own podcast. They were about to.
I cannot believe you brought Super Mario Brothers into this shit.
Okay, so there we go.
I think that was good. We made for that was a good.
Oh, all right. So we now have the standings. Surrounding our dear Super Mario Brothers. Number 4 is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Number 5 is Donkey Kong Country 2 Diddy's Conquest. Number 6 is Super Mario Brothers. Number 7 is Dragon Ball Fighters. Number 8 is Shovel Knight Treasure Trove.
Remember that you can find the list in the description in the paste bin. We should probably mention that at first.
I don't know about you guys, but I feel exhausted.
I'm exhausted. Seriously, I am. Christ
already fallen asleep.
I thought like Smash was the worst it was gonna get. Christ Jesus.
Oh boy,
yeah,
that was a thing, man. I'll be honest with you
in regards to how well we consider Legacy.
Now,
I love the list.
Now
guys.
that it's done, I want to say I was expecting Saf with what he was saying about it being flawless to go with Moose and Brandon so bad. When he said he wanted it at number 8, that was
that stupid heel turn.
That was Hulk Hogan dropping the leg on Macho Man. He too-sweeted me and Noah, and it was incredible.
I'm willing to recognize the good points, but I'm not willing to budge on my fucking stance on Legacy being a minor factor.
So now we know. Now we have a perspective on how we all view Legacy versus game. So with that though, that is a very weird episode of the Jump Up Supercast.
It was a good episode, man.
We want to thank you all for listening. Moose, do you want to talk about where they can find us on the social media platforms?
I would love to. So on all our social media, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we are on Instagram. You can find us at Jump Up Supercast. Follow us there for like updates on everything, whatever. We're on YouTube, we're on SoundCloud, and we are on podcast services like iTunes, etc., wherever you can get a podcast. We are on Twitch, twitch.tv/Jump Up Supercast. Please consider following us. We're really close to the twitch.tv affiliate status or whatever. We stream almost every day. Brandon and Will and Saf and Noah, they're really entertaining people. I'm never there, but that's fine.
To go over the list of things that you might be interested in, Monday we have the golf club, which is a thing where we found out that Brandon and Noah both knew they had a passion for golf games. I also have a passion for golf games. So every Monday we're hopefully going to be playing some golf game, be it good or bad. We're going to be hitting the links, baby. On Tuesday, I have been playing through Pokemon Emerald, but I've been doing a randomizer run. Every type is randomized, every ability, every move is randomized. We have the Adventures of Mandy, a Cubone that's ice type that's on the run from the cops for killing a man with his own arm. We have fun. Please come check it out. We just finished the second gym, and Brandon, you're doing a thing on Wednesdays. What is that?
I'm doing Whack Wii Game Wednesdays. I recently stumbled upon a very large collection of terrible Wii games, some nice shovelware. And every Wednesday, I'm just going to be playing random, really bad Wii games. So if you want to check out some real bad games.
Can you give us some of the games that you played last week?
Yeah. Last Wednesday, I played Disney Channel All-Star Party.
We beat Hannah Montana's ass.
Now, would you put that
Hannah Montana?
Would you put that above Sonic the Hedgehog 06?
That's a good question. The answer is no.
That is a very good question.
No, we have a thing that is definitely below it, which is the next one.
Yeah, and then I played mini tabletop racing, and my God, that game was bad. It's made by the same people who made Ninja Bread Man. If you ever played that, that's
it's a treat.
And yeah, and then lastly, I ended up playing I Spy, for the Wii, which I thought was going to be bad, but holy shit, that game was actually a lot of fun.
So sometimes good things come out of it.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that
Yeah,
you were
exactly.
rolling the die, and like 5 sides of the die are just turds, but that one side is
Was the
pretty
golden
good.
6.
Right. You know what? Honestly, I'm probably going to be playing it again. So when this episode comes up, if you listen to it early enough, join me Wednesday, and I'll probably be playing I Spy. I'm going to finish that game. It's fun.
All right. So
Thursday as well.
Thursday.
My hands are getting better. So me and Noah got to playing Terraria.
Terraria Thursdays with Sophia and Noah. European
that's
time,
exciting.
baby.
Yeah. Probably about 8 European.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out. You can find out all that
That'll
stuff
be
on the
3
Twitch channel
p.m.
and
Eastern.
on our social media pages. It should all be there.
Yeah. Follow us, baby,
Please follow
and
us.
you can get a notification. Get that email. You'll know when we're online.
But we want to thank you all for listening to this week's Jump Up Supercast. We want to thank you for having fun with Smash, yelling about Mario Brothers, and everything in the middle.
So good.
So we will, but with all that being said, we'll see you all next week. And I mean, just like, I don't know, I really think that they should just cut every character not named Wario.
Yeah, no.
Agreed.